Hello, dear students. Welcome to the online session of Not Skills Center. This is Nasreen Furzia Hussain, your course trainer for retail services. Today's session is from our core module, Visual Merchandising. Today, we are going to start with a new topic, which is Maintain Merchandise Display from Unit 6. Our today's topic for discussion is the purpose and technique to maintain the merchandise display. So, guys, let's begin with our lesson objectives. Let's see our today's lesson objective. At the end of this session, students, you will be able to Number 1. Define and identify the purpose and technique to maintain the merchandise display. Number 2. Identify and explain the ways to check and ensure the various parts of the display are in working condition throughout the period of display. So maintaining merchandise display will see the purpose. The first one is ensure merchandise display is according to the layout plan. Ensure merchandise display brings out the brand image. Having a thoughtful retail store layout is important for maximizing revenue for brick and mortar stores. By setting a plan, retailers can strategically direct shoppers to high priority products and drive impulse sales. An effective retail store design also makes the space organized and easy to navigate, which is important for providing a good customer experience. And most importantly, your merchandise display should bring out the brand image. Planning the layout of any store is both can be considered as an art and a science. It requires creativity, psychological insights, and testing. The floor plan plays a critical role in managing store flow and traffic. The choice of which one is right for your store will depend on a number of factors, including the size of your store, the products that you sell, and more importantly, your target market. What are your customers like? Are they shopping in a hurry or can they take their time? Do they prefer self-service features or will your associates guide them throughout the store? You have to find out exactly what they need efficiently, or are they open to discovering items along the way? These are just some of the questions you have to ask when deciding on your floor plan. There are different types of retail store layouts. So this is a table and it is divided into 3. First column, you can see retail floor plan. Under retail floor plan, there are different types of floor plan. So the first one is grid floor plan, used in grocery, big box and convenience stores. These are best for shelf stock goods such as books, toys, specialty foods, hardware and homewares. Example is shown as shown in the diagram. Second one is loop floor plans. Maximize wall space and lead shoppers along a set pathway. And these are best for apparel, accessories, toy, homewares, kitchenware, personal care and specialty retail stores. You can follow the diagram shown in the example. Third one is free flow plans, used in specialty and boutique settings. Again, these are best for apparel, accessories, personal care, specialty, brand and mixed use stores like bakeries that also display packaged goods. You can refer the diagram shown in example. Fourth one is diagonal floor plans. Maximize employee visibility in retail stores with lots of product testing. These are best for self-serve kiosks, tech, electronic stores, and beauty and cosmetic retailers, as shown in the diagram on right hand side. Our next retail flow plan is first plant flow plan. Customers are guided through a predetermined path and exposed to every product. These are best for furniture stores, home decor, etc. Picture as shown in the diagram. Next is angular flow plans. Showcase curated or edited inventories in designer or specialty shops. These are best for designers, artisans, high-end apparel and accessories retailers, and curated or limited collections. There are different steps that you should know while doing a layout. Few common steps are: number 1, put your retail store layout down on paper. That means always put it on paper. If you haven't settled on your store design, or even if you have, the first thing you need to do is work your plan out on paper before you start moving things around in your store. Putting it on paper helps give you a clear picture of the desired result and any potential issues before getting started. Mapping out your store display helps create a clear picture of the final result. Second one is consider traffic flow and customer behavior. Whichever retail store it is, store layout you choose, you need to arrange your store's pathways and display pictures with traffic flow in mind. Put yourself in the customer's shoes when planning your layout to ensure a comfortable and logical shopping experience. To do this, you must understand 3 key customer behaviors. Customer need transition space as they enter a store. This is what experts call the decompression zone. Customers browse and shop the way they drive. So in the US, that means customers usually turn to the right when they enter a store. Customers need personal space when shopping. They don't like to be crowded or so close that their bottoms brush when passing. Next one is position your store checkout area or the cash counter. According to retail feng shui expert Diana, store checkout and register placement is one of the biggest mistakes she sees in retail store floor plans. A well-placed checkout can make or break your store layout. Diana says that in general, the front left of a retail store is a good location for the checkout counters, as shown in the figure. Shoppers naturally drift to the right when they enter a store and tend to loop around the store, leaving on the left side. So, a checkout at the front left of your store puts it your customer's natural exit path. Plus, it doesn't distract them from shopping as they make their way around the store. Once you have decided where to place your store's checkout, you will need to decide what type of checkout you need. Long counter, cash wrap, or just a POS. There are many options to consider. Once you have decided where to place your store's checkout, you will need to decide what type of point of sale or POS you need. Next one is place pictures and displays in your store layout. Once you have an idea of your general store design and product mapping plan, it's time to consider your store pictures and displays. Fixtures are permanent, fixed parts of your store such as lighting, counters, fixed shelvings, units and dressing rooms. Displays hold product and tend to be movable, versatile and customizable like modular units, gondola, tables, etc. Fixtures and displays come in all shapes and sizes and styles. The three top things to consider when choosing store fixtures and display units are your store's brand, the type of product you are displaying, and the space you are looking for. Create comfort zones and other amenities. Your retail floor plan is more than displays and checkout counters, speed bumps, and waterfront property. It's about welcoming your customers in, making them feel at home, and providing an experience that makes them want to return. Thoughtful amenities make the shopping experience memorable for customers. Small store owners should consider customer comforts when distributing floor space, which include sitting, dressing room, checkout and customer service areas, etc. So let's see the technique to maintain merchandise display. The first technique is display area must be maintained in a clean and tidy manner. Second one, housekeeping to be performed on a daily basis. Third one, get rid of waste and unnecessary litter. Fourth one, merchandise on display must be according to the layout. Fifth one, stock level to be replenished. Last one, check light, fixtures and other products conditions. Hope you have learned something new from today's session. For any doubts and clarification, please get in touch. Signing off, stay fit, stay healthy, study hard. See you soon. Thank you and have a great day.